Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here's a quick sneak preview of the deck list we're playing. There will be a comprehensive breakdown at the end. Deck list is in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another round of One Piece. Ooh. Going first, we have the Nami. But man, that's not what we're looking for in this. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, we got our cards. We're in a pretty happy place. The only thing we're missing is the Robin. Or not the Robin, the Nami, 3 cost. We need the Robin desperately in this matchup. We'll be playing that quickly, as quick as we can, basically. Bari Pistol. It's a 5 cost event. We don't have our favorite pivot for this turn. Attack 7. We're gonna get 2 cards or drop them a life. I'm okay with either in this matchup because these guys are good at defending their lives. Their hands get huge. Alright, Lucy. By the way, Lucy from OB15, when attacking on your opponent's attack, you may trash any number of events or stage cards from your hand. This leader gains plus 1,000 per event trashed. Activate main once per turn. If you have activated an event card with base cost 3 or more during this turn, draw a card. So their hand is just huge. Okay. So he's going to be at 5 next turn. That's a Bari Pistol. I really don't want to deal with that. And attack 6. I'm tempted to develop this, but then he probably Bari Pistols me on the follow-up, so I think I just developed the Robin so I don't lose a card. We just gotta get it out there. We'll accept whatever attack he does. It's fine. And then we'll be at 7 on the follow-up. It's probably just this, to be honest. Okay, this guy's clearly not familiar with the matchup. That's not bad. That's what we're looking for, though. Why is he plus 1,000? I don't know why he's just sitting at plus 1,000. Oh, the barrier bowls. That was put until the end of your opponent's next turn. Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Give me 2Ks. You've developed no guys. And I will have this for all your non-subbed coming up. Yep. Good. There we go. I guess I didn't get a 2K because it's just a stage. Turning things into a 2K. I can rest this and go up. But we've developed the Nico Robin, which prevents them from just removing our entire board, because that's what this deck likes to do. Let's see. Let's get that down a little bit. That was a little loud. Alright, so I'm going to be at 9 next turn. I could. No. There's no point. Develops a Cavendish. Okay, so he can't hit me this turn. Unless he goes and drops his whole hand. Which would be funny. We do like funny around here. Is it worth freezing everything? Probably not. I want him to have another one of these to freeze, because that's better for me. So if I go like this, And then, what, 4? No, we're not going to end our turn. Attack 7. Okay, you get rid of a blocker. We like that. There's really no point. We'll just attack 6. See if he free blocks. I'm not upset if he does. He should. That is correct, because I've got nothing else on board. Okay. And we'll deploy this. Go end of turn. Restand all 5 of our Dawn. 5 Dawn, 3 bodies, and we've got removal protection. We're in a good spot now. We've only got 2 to their 2Ks out of them, though. And I've seen none of my double attacks, which concerns me. Oh, that's not a big deal. Now, I could do this, and I could Luna him next turn into a Nami. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, sure. Give me your blocker. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have to swing with the blocker. And then I actually get to start taking pot shots at this. That's going to eat your hand up. No, you can have it. Sure. That makes me pretty happy. Do I even need to do that then? Is the question. He's got a 9K on board. I get 3 Dawn back. You're going to give me cards this turn. I go 8, then probably even a 6 at it. Let's it go. Okay, I have no reason to give him anything now. Take a life. Now I get to go 1, 2, 3. Have 5 Dawn back up. I'm a 7K lead. Your best bet's to try and take out my Zoro by mining to 8K with your event. If I lose that Zoro, it's not the end of the world. I like having a big attacker, but what I'm actually trying to go for right now is comboing these so I can remove his whole board. Okay. Not seeing a Luffy apparently is a detriment right now. This Boa Hancock. Okay. And play this. Again, the whole board is stunnable, which we like. Deals a Viola, which is a nice 2K. This is a waste of a slot, ladies and gentlemen. If you're playing Lucy and you see a RG Luffy, do not. Okay, so you minus this to a 6K. Do you understand how much Dawn it's going to take to get that? It's going to come down to the same thing of having to attack with this. He's doing a good job of keeping my board down. I think I freeze him next turn. and say, all right, you're done. Mm-hmm. 7 into my 6. There's 8. You can attack 9 into my 6, and I can go 10. The answer is no, Capitan. So 4 is 7. So I do want to play this. I kept all my good stuff. I kind of want to just take this. Do I just take an unblockable? Not, blockers mean nothing right now. Having another good attacker. Unblockable is just a good threat. We put these down because it's their actual attackers. We know that 3 of these are for Luna, so I get to use 2 more of these. So we'll put... So first thing we'll do is we'll go 5, 7, 9, then Luna, pass, restand 5. It's just going to keep getting bigger. What do you guys think? How am I doing? Am I doing all right? What do we think? How's the Lucy matchup for RG? The negging our guys is annoying, but it's really not the end of the world. The only thing that could really mess this up is some type of KO effect that would cause me to rest Dawn before I got to Luna their board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, nope. Okay, so your little guys are all just going to chill out now. You're on 1 life. You know I've got unblockable, and I've got the combo for next turn. I suspect I don't have to use that blocker. I might end up having to just replace it, which I am willing to do. But they basically just lost control of the game right there. Ooh, a +3, and I think they get to neg us. Okay, so good. I have a reason to give him my blocker. Won't matter, though. One of these Dawn goes here. They get to go put 2 here, go like 4 at me. That gets me out of it every time. Yeah, you could put infinity there, dude. I'm going to block it. You got her, boss. Plays another stage. He actually doesn't have anything to put here. Yeah, game over. We just throttled him there. No chance he had anything. 2. Well, they count that as another 2, I guess. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7. 7k counter in hand. They just died there. Wow, there's our other Luna. And there's another Nami. They had 0 chance of winning that, unfortunately, unless we just massively misplayed. We just put our Robin out early, so we didn't have to get it removed. We didn't risk our Usopp. Then we played each of our guys. We lost this Sanji, which was sad, but it was fine. And then we just beat him up with a Luna. Luna is so good in this format. I can't even begin to tell you guys. They just didn't have a prayer there. I'm sorry, man. That was rough for you. We just looked for our key cards. Eventually we found them, and then we just held your board and pushed. Think how much worse it would have been if we'd ever found a Luffy. These things couldn't stop our double attack Luffy. But there you go, ladies and gents. What do you think? One of the meta threats for the format. I'll be honest. Out of the newest in OP15, the new decks, NL, Lucy here, the Luffy, the Brook, none of these threaten RG. Our game plan is too solid against those decks. The things that really get the power boost that are the hard matchups, probably like Blue Yellow Nami and Ace. Everything else is fine. You're going to beat up everything else you come across without too much difficulty because they just can't pressure you enough. So many things just say, all right, you can't activate blocker, you can't activate events. But our deck just doesn't care. It says, okay, I'm going to put up like 20k counter using Charleston. I hope you have a way to deal with that. Because I'm going to keep smashing into you while you're trying to get at my life. And because of all the size of our bodies, they just can't get at us. And Luna and the fact that these are 7s is just so sad. Like, guys, what were you thinking when you made this deck? Luna just wrecks this poor deck. Alright, I think that's all I got for you guys. Good games, good luck. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another round of One Piece. This is an okay hand. It's not like a great hand. I am going first. We're going against Yellow Jewelry Bonney. I think I'm going to mulligan this. The Sanji doesn't do anything. The Luna doesn't do anything for a while. And like, there are too many endgame cards in this. Alright, well, it doesn't change much. Bunch of endgame cards, bunch of even curve. That'll be helpful later. They just want to be aggressive against me, so I'm just going to poke. Yeah, neither just going to be able to hit each other for the first round. That's fine. No. They'll get to put 2 cards under their leaders. They'll only be able to attack for 8. I got 9 counter. They find a Sentomaru, 1k blocker. They play a trigger, and then they find the old Jewelry Bonney. That's fine. Okay, we find some good cards there. I have to reveal this. Deck 6. They're countering too aggressively. They should have taken at least 1 hit by now. I get to draw 2, discard 1 if I let him hit. Funny enough, I could get out of absolutely everything, but I don't think I'm going to. They can filter a little bit because of how aggressively they've played. Well, shoot, I can't play as much as I'd like to. Keep poking 6s at him. Man, you are really just 2K'ing out of everything, man. Yeah, that's not happening. Come on, swing with the 4. I really want you to swing with the 4. Okay, here's where I think I could start pressuring. We'll just stack 7. If they want to block and give me a card, fine. You can go down to 3 cards in hand. One, 2, 3. Okay. My board's better than your board now. Not anymore, it's not. That's annoying. Your opponent loses a life card. Draw 2. Why? You should have put that there first. Sure. I need to find... She's not in there. I'd like that, but I guess I'm taking that. Okay. I find that annoying. I could play this, in all honesty, but I don't want to. See. Okay. Another 9-cost jewelry Bonney is going to make this scary as all get out, but I think I still live. No double attack Luffy, though, means I don't know if I can kill them on the crackback. They just tell me, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to just get out of all of these, I think. So, let's see. 7 plus 4 will get me to 11. Sure. I've got enough to get out of both of these as well. No, they don't want to do that. I'm annoyed that I can't find a single copy of my Nami, my 4-cost Nami that should let me rest these, because then I would have a much better chance. Do I play this? I don't really need to. I think I'd rather just keep it in hand. It's a better target in hand, so we'll just go like this. Let's do this. 2 here. 7. It's only at 3 left, so I guess I just go like 6. Cool. Attack 6. It's attack. 7. You should be taking these way more aggressively. Okay, their hand is tiny now. And then we'll just pass. This is a tight match. Another jewelry Bonney, man. Scary. Scary, scary. Okay, not another jewelry Bonney. Cool. I can't tell you how badly. So that'd be like 1, 2. That'd be like 1 plus this. Plus this. That gets me to 12, and then a 10 I get out of. Then they've got no pressure, so they're never going to attack with that. That's really fine. No blocker. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. The answer is no. You cannot have anything you want. You have gotten very low all of a sudden. What happened to all of the cards in your hand? Seven. No. I'm out of my tricks, though. I've been waiting for you to rest that for so bloody long. Kuma. Alright. Okay, I gotta do math. That's an 8. That's 2. 11. And then 2, 1. Yeah, I got this. You have been so late so many times. Oh, man. We developed our double attack last turn, though. Nine double attack. Now we're just going to start poking them down. 6, 6, 9. Yeah, it's like, I don't think you got it anymore. Yep, GG. Killing a red-green Luffy is so hard. Oh, man. But you guys saw how much math I had to do to make sure I didn't lose a character, lose a life, and wasn't going to die to whatever the next trigger was. Like, it was hard. I had to think about all of it. Whew. And then just 6s all day long, just to make sure that we were getting 2Ks out of the hand. 20 cards we saw out of them. Almost all of the beginning ones, 2Ks. 1, 2, 3. Then we started seeing events. 4 events. Yeah. They gave me all their 2Ks early, which they should not have done. And then they gave me events on top. And aggressively we went after them. Like, our board was not super impressive there at the end. I loaded up the 9 on the double attacks because I had to guarantee I got through those, and then after that it was just going to poke out cards out of their hands, hopefully the 2Ks. And then we just started, and once they started giving us double 1Ks, then we knew it was safe to just start smashing in. We still had 6 Dawn left for an 11K swing there at the end, or like a 5 and then like a 10. That guarantees the maximum number of cards, so GG to my opponent. We made it. Oof. Let me know what you guys think. What did I do right, what did I do wrong? But we got there again. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the deck list that we ran today. RG Luffy from OP13. We're going to do a quick run through. I played this deck a lot, so there's a lot of videos on why I make the decisions I do, but we're going to make a quick run through. I'm a 5,000 attack, 4 life leader with a Dawn ×1. On your opponent's attack, if I have 5 or less Dawn standing, I can arrest any number of those Dawn cards, and up to one of my leader or Straw Hat 2 crew type characters gains plus 2,000 power for that each Dawn card that I arrest by the effect. That is a when they attack effect, so I have to do that and then choose to block. I cannot do anything in the opposite order. I also can't activate events and then go back and try and use that event, so don't let people do that to you, because sometimes people get confused when they're playing in paper, and that has happened. I've seen it. Don't let that happen. We are playing 3 copies of Jewelry Bonney, a 1-cost 2K, 1K counter searcher. It is a new EBO4 card. It just lets us look at the top 4 and find a Straw Hat crew type card. So it lets us search both our events and our characters. Pretty darn good. But we're running 4 Garps, which is a 1 2K attack, 1K counter. If our leader is Monkey D. Luffy, which it is, we get to look at the top 4 and find a cost 3 or more and add it to our hand. The reason we are playing 4 and 3 is because that is the number of searchers I could fit in the list the way I like, and Electric Luna is just that good. It also makes it so that we can find stuff like our Tashigis and everything else. Everything in our deck is searchable except for, I believe, the Charleston is the only non-searchable target in the entire deck. But we got 4 of our 2-cost 3K, 2K counters, Sanjis. It's a select up to one of our Straw Hat crew type characters with 6,000 power or more. If the selected character attacks during this turn, your opponent cannot activate blocker, so it's just an unblockable. And it's a good 2K counter. We like having 2Ks. The whole deck basically generates 2Ks on its own, but we want to make sure we do have some in hand just to make their math a little harder. I run more than most, but you never know what you're going to see out there. This is my tech choice of the 3-cost 1,000 attack 1K counter Nami. Activate main, I can give up to 2 Rested Dawn to up to one of our Straw Hat crew type characters or leaders. I like this over any of the 1-cost guys that puts 1 Dawn under, because 7 is such a powerful number. Attacking for 7 for 3 or 4 turns before this card gets replaced is a massive difference than attacking for 6. I will tell you right now, you want to be able to put 2 of those rested, because all of our characters play for essentially what equates to 2 Dawn. They restand enough of their own Dawn that 2 is what they actually cost. With a couple of exceptions, but there's that. The last red card in the list is, of course, the new EVO4 Roanoa Zoro, a 7-cost 9K brick. On play, your leader gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. So our leader becomes a 7K, which is kind of gross with our effects, but that means we need to make sure that our board isn't going to get wiped out, because as soon as our leader becomes a 7K, all they do is say, their board's 7K or smaller. I'm going to go after that. So just keep that in mind. It also has an activate main of once per turn. If your opponent has a character with 8,000 power or more, this character gains rush on characters during this turn. So he's character rush, pseudo attacker. Just got to make sure that you use this before that character is removed, because it does happen. Make sure you get your swings out of him while you can. He does require some setup, though, I will say that, before we jump too far forward. As a 7 Dawn investment, that's pretty steep for this deck, because it does not restand at any Dawn like any of the other guys, so make sure that you have the setup for it and don't just die, like if you play it on like a 9 Dawn turn, because 1 Dawn still has to go under leader, and if you don't have the Nami to get the rest of it under there, you are looking at like 1 Dawn up, and that's not enough, even if you are a 7k lead. And then Tashigi, 2 copies. It's a 3/4 2k counter. If you have a green character other than Tashigi that would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest this character instead. So it doesn't cover our red characters, which is unfortunate. That's why it's a 2 of, not a 4 of. I've thought about replacing it with Laboon, but Laboon is not searchable in this deck. Because this is a 3 cost, it is searchable by Garp, which is why I run it over the Laboons. And just in case you guys were wondering which ones we're talking about, I will pop those up for us real quick. He is a new guy, and I've seen a lot of people running him. They play him over even the Robin, which I disagree with. A 1 cost 2k counter. If you have a character with a base power of 7,000 or less that would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest 2 of your cards instead. I don't like this effect because it's usually either resting itself into Dawn or 2 of my Dawn cards, which means I just lost 4k counter. I do not like that. And if he rests himself, he's going to get removed immediately, because why wouldn't they? Which means I just lost a 2k counter and 2k counter out of my leader effect. And I can't protect him because he's not a Straw Hat crew. So that is a bummer. I don't like it. I don't know why people play it. It's nice that you can play it for 1, but if you're investing in keeping your entire board around for the entire game, 3 is acceptable. And then Nico Robin, a 3 cost 4k 1k counter. Once per turn, if your Straw Hat crew type character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest 1 Dawn card instead. She is vastly superior anti-removal to anything else, the Laboon and the Tashigi included. Resting 1 Dawn is fine. And even if you have to make sure, if your opponent starts attacking you and they still have like 7 Dawn up, which is Gravity Blade territory, I will just let that last attack hit, or I will counter out of hand. I am more comfortable with that than getting 2 of my cards erased. I want to be able to keep my board around, and against blue decks in particular, it matters a lot. Lucy, Nami, Ace, anybody that's going to try and Boa, anybody that's going to try and bottom deck or berry pistol any of my board, this is the MVP, because I don't want my board erased because we don't have the draw power to replace it. All right, I think I've harped on that enough. 4 of my 4 cost 4k, 5k attack, 1k counter, Usopp's end of your turn. If your leader has the film or Straw Hat crew types, up to 2 of your Dawn cards is active. This is an unbelievable card. Getting 2 Dawn back at the end of every turn is insane. He is little, though. He's the same size as your leader, and you don't get the option to take a life if you run out of counter. So you'll actually see a lot of the times I choose just to not attack with him if I don't think I'm going to be able to defend him. If they have a huge board and I'm sitting on like 3 life, I'm not going to attack with him. I'm just going to say, okay, he's just going to sit here and generate me 4k counter for 2 or 3 turns before I decide I'm going to start poking in with him. Or if my board just gets really big, then I'm like, okay, I can afford to let this go. But that's good enough. And then we're playing 4 of the 4 cost, 2k attack, 1k counter Nami. This card is insane. Hits a blocker. On play, it rests up to 2 of our opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or less, then up to 5, so it's 5 of our Dawn cards active at the end of the turn. It's a 4 cost that restands 5, so you can play this and a Searcher and get all the Dawn back you spent for the turn, and it rests 2 of their guys, and that's all their blockers except for like the 10 cost Newgate blocker and the 10 cost Luffy blocker. Everything else going down. And then we've got 4 of our 5 cost 7k bricks in Sanji. On play, set up 2 of your Dawn cards as active, and end of our turn, or if our leader has the Straw Hat crew type, it sets 1 of our Dawn as active at the end of every turn. So like I was saying, it plays It costs 5, but it restands 2, so it plays essentially for 3, and then 1 comes at the end of the turn. So that's actually only really 2, which is why this Nami is so good. Because this also does that. A 6-cost 7k in Monkey D. Luffy with double attack. On play, because our leader's multicolored, we set up 4 of our Dawn cards active, then I can't play a character with a base cost of 5 or more. Which means I paid 6, restood 4, I only got 2 that didn't come back. Those 2 with this Nami are going back under my leader, which makes me ultra efficient. It's just so good. And then Roanoa Zoro, a 9-cost 9k brick. I am running 2 of him. When attacking, once per turn, I can set this character as active by resting 1 Dawn. Or I can do an activate main of resting 2 Dawn and set him back as active. So he's a triple attacker. He just requires setup like nothing else. So some games are just too fast where I don't have the time to set for him. But against any of the control decks, this is your win condition. Anybody who's trying to say, okay, I'm going to drag this game out for a really long time, and I'm going to make sure that I'm sitting at a healthy life total and they're not pressuring us really hard. We're going to say, okay, we're going to set up like a Usopp or 2 and a Sanji or 2. And then I'm just going to drop my 9-cost Zoro and say, okay, you got to kill me now or next turn I'm coming for you. That's why these are so good, because we just say, okay, I'm going to pair that with my 9-cost and I'm going to put like a Dawn or 2 here. I'm going to attack you for 11 3 times, unblockable. Let's see how you handle that. Outside of Red-Green Luffy, not a lot of decks handle that very well. So, yeah. That's how you win control games. This is how you win aggro matchups. This is how you win control games. So you just know which matchups these are right to play in, because it matters really a lot. You just need to know which one's right for which. And then the Demon Aura Dead Man's Game. You may rest 3 of your Dawn cards, rest up to 2 of our opponent's characters and or Dawn. Your leader gains plus 3,000 power during this battle as a counter. So it's just a 1k in hand, really, because, you know, all of our Dawn count is 2k. So it's a 1k in hand. But it drops all those 10 costs that we were worried about earlier. Or Dawn. We really don't like all those nasty counter events forever, especially slow beam. So we still run the one of this. I've considered taking it out, but it's still just so useful that we're just fine with that. We're running 4 of the Charlestons, which is the only unsearchable target in the deck, and it is insane. A 2-cost event, counter up to 1 of your leader or characters gains plus 4,000 power. Then you may discard a card. If you did, set up to 3 of your Dawn cards as active. So what this essentially does is it says, okay, 2 of the cards in my hand became 2k counters, because it's a 4,000 counter, because it sets 3 Dawn as active, and it introduces another 2k that they didn't account for, because they've got 4k out of hand, 3k back out of our Dawn event, out of our Dawn leader ability, which means we've just introduced an extra 2k into the mix that wasn't calced out of our hand or our leader ability. It throws another one into the mix that they just couldn't account for. And the more Charlestons you have, the harder this is going to be for your opponent. It is brutal. So it's just really, really good, in case you were wondering. And then we've got 4 of our 3-cost events in Electric Luna. This card just destroys the current metagame. Main, all of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 7 or less do not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. Everything's trying to go wide right now. Everything. This stops all of Lucy's blockers and their Cavendishes. This stops all of the Sky Island Luffy's 7 cost Robins, their secret Luffy's, their Sky Zoros. This stops Boa's entire game plan outside of their 9-cost Boas. This stops just everything you could possibly want. And it's got an insane trigger. Rest up one of your opponent's characters. No cost restriction, no attack restriction, just one of their characters. Just, you know, if this pops up in our life, we're just going to knock something down. Sorry. So there's that. And unlike most decks, we get to run Luna and Nami. So Nami, we can play for 4 Dawn. We can play this for 3 Dawn, which means at 8 Dawn, I can put a Dawn underneath my leader, play out this Nami, rest 2 of the blockers, and then freeze what I just rested. Probably 2 of the guys they attacked us with last turn and 2 of their blockers, which means 4 of their guys don't get to attack us now for a turn. And they don't get to defend them for the second turn. It just gets way out of hand. RG is so powerful right now. I just can't even tell you guys. I'm really happy with the list. If you guys want to see something else, if you want me to make like a mid-game rush build or something, I will. But, you know, I don't have any issues with this list. This wins a lot. But I think that's all I got for you guys. So if you do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I love hearing from you guys. It's been really cool to get to see all the comments of you guys and what you're seeing and playing in the current meta. I really like hearing from you guys, and it's really cool to see you guys supporting and the numbers slowly increasing. I'm stoked to see that you guys actually like watching this, so appreciate that. But I think that's all I got. So as always, good games, good luck, and have a wonderful day.